I don't know if either of you, anybody else who's watching, are fans of Uncharted, but if you are, you might have heard some news that could have put you at unease a little bit. So there was news that said Naughty Dog's Neil Druckman says they're moving on from Uncharted. Why would they move off of it? The only thing I could think of is that they may not have anything left to give to Uncharted. They're done. And I feel like if you are done, no use in trying to make something happen because the next thing you're going to make is not going to be very good. So I'm fine with Naughty Dog saying that they're moving on from Uncharted. So Naughty Dog is moving on, but that doesn't mean Sony is. Sony ain't moving on from this. There's a phrase in radio. They say, play the hits. Uncharted is a hit. Neil Druckman described it as insanely successful. It would be ludicrous for Sony to move on from their hit. Nobody moves on from their hits. Nobody does that. The closest developer that I can think of that moved on from their hit is Rocksteady. They're creating Suicide Squad. They moved on from Batman. But I guarantee you, if Suicide Squad doesn't hit, they are going to go back to Batman because that is a hit. You got Capcom. They're still making Street Fighter, which looks pretty good, by the way. They went back to Resident Evil. And then, once Monster Hunter got big, they leaned into that. Konami. They just now got back into video games. And what did they do? They brought back Silent Hill 2 as a remake. Because that's their hit. Square Enix been doing Final Fantasy forever. That's what they're going to be doing. Activision had Guitar Hero. And then once that was no longer a hit, they moved on to Call of Duty. And then they've been squeezing that dry. EA has Madden and FIFA. And no matter how high or low that goes, they keep on working on that. They want to revive Battlefield because that is also one of their hits. They want to get that back to prominence. Bethesda repackaged Skyrim a billion times. And then Sega, they're still making Sonic. Everybody sticks to their hits. So if you're an Uncharted fan, you really don't have much to worry about. Sony's going to figure out a way to keep making Uncharted. The question you might have, the worry that you might have is, who's going to make it? I don't know. Sony went to Sony Bend and was like, y'all should work on Uncharted. And Sony Bend was like, sorry, no, like that's not what we do. Which is a great response, bold response. Great response, though, because if you got a developer who doesn't really want to work on Uncharted and then they're working on it, you're not going to get a great Uncharted product. So I don't know who you would want to make Uncharted outside of Naughty Dog. I can't think of anybody off the top of my head that I would want to make it, but I think you're going to get more Uncharted if you want more Uncharted. Your only concern at this point is who's going to make it. And I will say, Sony's been pretty good about finding the developers for things that they want. I'm pretty sure they're going to find a good developer for Uncharted. So if you're a fan, you ain't got nothing to worry about.